Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I am joined by some very, very special guests and very requested guests today. My parents. Hey y'all. Do I introduce you? This is my mother,
Hello.
Suzanne. This is my father, Walter. Susie and Wally, they are known as colloquially. We're here on the last weekend before Dad has to go get his bone marrow transplant. And so I was like, we gotta record a video before you're trapped in the hospital for a while. And I know a lot of you guys have been wondering, Grady, why do you like Toby Keith so much? And these people, especially this one, are the reason why. So I was like, let's shoot a video for the channel. This will be some kind of fun end of year thing. Would you guys describe yourselves as country fans?
No.
No.
Okay. Dad was a funk DJ in college, right?
Soul, Motown, a little bit of funk. Yep. It helped pay the rent and living expenses. And
It did.
Did you like
It
that?
paid for
Is that
our
when you were
dates.
meeting him?
well,
Yeah, we
actually,
paid for our dates.
prior to marriage, when it was just frat life, it was more about I got to go to parties. I got to play music I liked to listen to. Girls would come up and ask for songs, and I drank beer for free.
And I got to go to the parties.
So yeah, Dad's always giving me such a hard time about being a country fan. Like, I don't know how that happened. Because I was raised listening to what? Like...
Motown.
Motown?
Yeah,
Sure.
Motown and soul.
But you definitely had a country phase, and I'm sure that'll
yeah.
come up. I asked you guys on Twitter and on Instagram for some questions. I said, keep in mind, they're casual country fans, but I want to get into some of these. First question is, what makes country music country? Do you have an answer?
Okay.
Nothing? Okay.
I'm largely in agreement with Grady, which I don't think should be a surprise because I think the phase of country I went through when he was young is exactly how he's turned out the way he is. So you can blame it on me. The George Strait, Randy Travis, Brooks and Dunn, Garth, early Toby Keith. Seriously, his first album, Should Have Been a Cowboy and She Ain't Worth Missing. But I think the Nashville disconnect showed up a little bit because he was dressed like a girl cowboy on the album cover. And then there were tons of other songs from that time period. So I think, you know, it's my fault for Grady.
Thank you. Well, thank goodness it is. What do you think of when you think of country? Who are the artists that come to mind for you?
Line dances.
Line dances?
And I don't do them well.
What artists come to mind?
Okay. John Denver.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
John Denver?
Always Dolly.
Mm-hmm. Were you a fan of anyone growing up?
No, but Porter Wagner show came.
Did you
on
like that?
Once a week.
Like Dolly and Porter, did you watch it?
No, I thought it wasn't my thing.
She watched
I
Lawrence
waited
Welk.
for Carol Burnett or Sonny and Cher.
Did your parents listen to John Denver? How did
No.
you? Okay, so
And
not a country
he was
fan.
very big when I was in high school. And
Okay.
not cool though. He was not cool, but
Why?
he was kind of thought of squeaky clean.
Kind of clean cut and goofy
Ate a
looking.
lot of granola.
You know, the Colorado, you know, he was just, he wasn't cool.
But I went to a John Denver concert at Capitol Center. I didn't appreciate him enough because I didn't know that was going to be one of his last years.
See, you know a lot. You know more than I do about John Denver. Next question. If you could choose any artist from any genre or any decade and have them release a country album, who would you choose?
I think the finest singers were Frank Sinatra and Ella Fitzgerald. Kind of hard to imagine scat singing with country, but you know, maybe they could do it. Because I think country's got a little bit of soul in it.
Do you, anyone here know? You would want like a musical redone. You would just want someone to make Oklahoma.
I don't know. That's what I was just thinking. Gordon McRae, Curly, singing.
So predictable.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
I know.
I'd like to go on record and say that I think Oklahoma is a really weird show, and I recently saw it, and I find it problematic on many levels. Okay, tell me, since you did go through a country phase, what started you? You grew up in the middle of freaking nowhere.
I grew up where the radio station, this is Warsaw, Virginia, was WNNT with the sound of TNT. You know, looking back, it really was an idyllic place, but it was nowhere. 594 people. It was not cool to like country music, and somehow...
Why?
For me, Because, oh, come on.
Oh, you were trying to get out of the town?
Yeah, Dean Cloudy Loudy. There's nothing to do in Warsaw.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So he was the DJ and I guess the sort owner of the station.
Dean Cloudy Loudy?
So he called himself Cloudy Loudy.
Wow.
So it just wasn't cool.
Okay, so it represented like Podunk, Virginia.
Rednecks, low rent,
Yeah,
you know.
and country people had beards. Ugh.
And why did you start getting into country?
So I think I can trace it to, in my legal career working for a company, it was a time we had a lot of litigation in Dallas, and I was flying to Dallas very frequently on American Airlines because we had a direct flight. And back then, they had in-flight entertainment, which was about 12 channels with, if you had earphones, you could listen to. And I caught the end of a song on one of these tracks and was like, that song is really cool. And it turned out to be Mary Chapin Carpenter down at the Twist and Shout.
Saturday night and the moon is out. I wanna head on over to the Twist and Shout.
I think I started listening to country music back then. Became a big Randy Travis fan.
John Anderson?
John Anderson, Straight Tequila Night.
Don't ask her on a straight tequila night.
Ricky Van Shelton, Keep It Between the Lines. Joe Diffie, John Deere Green, and Prop Me Up Beside the Jukebox. All this stuff was going on at that time period, and it was just great. So Grady learned to listen to these things on cassettes, if you all know what those are.
Yeah, on the way back from soccer practice. Unanswered prayers. You had double live on cassette. Did you ever get bitten by the bug, or not really?
No.
No.
I like Toby
Which
Keith.
I liked.
Basically, we all like Toby Keith.
I
That's
like
what you're-
anything I could tap my toe to, but that doesn't really matter what it was.
What are your? Are you more the
No,
Taylor Swift?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
She's schmaltz.
I
Put on
really
something
am.
schmaltzy
I
and she
even
likes
like. I like the swooners. I like
Swooners?
the
Crooners.
crooners. Oh,
The swooners would be the girls fainting at the crooner.
oh.
This is a good question. It says, "What's a country song that takes you back to your 20s?"
Wow, I wasn't listening in my 20s.
But is there one
Stevie
that?
Oh, it's not Stevie,
Stevie
Wonder,
Wonder.
isn't? No, he's not country.
Well, I can go back to when I was a kid and A Boy Named Sue.
But there's not one from when you were in college, like when y'all were dating, that you might have heard
Oh.
around.
It actually was a huge hit. Dolly Parton, Here You Come Again.
Here you come again. Just when I began.
Now you can tap your toe to that.
I was actually in college, and we actually even had it recorded for Wattsline, so I played it occasionally at places. So yeah, that would be about as country as I ever
Well,
got.
that was
to.
her
Did you
pop
just
era.
say he'll come again?
No,
Here You Come Again.
Wow, that's
Looking
weird.
better than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember her with Kenny Rogers.
Was he the
Duets.
heartthrob?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna name a couple modern country stars, and you just tell me, even if you don't know much about them or you only know about them from my videos, you can just tell me what your thoughts are. Do you have any thoughts on Carrie Underwood?
I cheered for her.
When?
American Idol.
American Idol.
I knew she was going to win the very first week.
I loved her. I really liked her
She
a
just
lot.
had it.
We were a big Idol family. Maybe I should stick to some Idol country stars so we'll actually know who they are.
I really
who
liked
I
her.
else?
didn't watch
Kelly
these-
Pickler?
I didn't,
I loved her.
well, Kelly, I think, was always loved for her personality. You know, she plays the dumb blonde.
But did you think she actually was? Or was she was laughing all the way to the bank?
I think laughing all the way to the bank.
What did you have for lunch this week? You had something special, didn't you? Have new like fish that you'd never had
Yeah,
before?
I had a salmon.
Yep.
Who else was there in the country world? We
The
had
gray-haired man.
Taylor Hicks.
Yeah.
He was the Soul Patrol.
Oh, I actually have a Reuben Studdard album or CD and Clay Aiken, but they aren't country music.
It's okay. It's okay. What about, let's go through some of the big people. Kenny Chesney.
You know, Kenny's okay for me. He's put out some good songs, but to me, they're all kind of alike.
Yeah, once you hit it big in country, you just kind of make the same album
Yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah.
He just, once the beach thing worked for him,
Yeah,
he just
that's-
became mini Jimmy Buffett.
That's what I think of.
Okay, what about Luke Combs, the flavor of the month right now?
I only know about him through you,
Me too.
Okay.
but he does have a lot of the old type sound that I like.
I do too.
Okay, what about Garth?
You know, I learned only today that Garth won CMA Entertainer of the Year, and I was like, Really? So to me, he's back in the past. But back in the past, yeah, he was great. On the road trips, we played rodeo over and over and over. And I've always loved Unanswered Prayers. I think the message of that is beautiful. Yeah, Garth, I think, was a great performer, and he might still be, but I think it's time to move on.
Hot takes with Dad. All right.
I say don't move on.
You just want the, what do you mean?
I just say, just keep performing till...
I mean country music, move on. Not, you know...
till you can't sing anymore.
No, he
Or
can,
get arthritis.
No, he can
arthritis
perform
fingers.
as long as he wants, and people can go to the shows. It's just, I think, okay, guys, let's make room for some new people and new talent. Again, I don't follow it closely, so I didn't know that he basically goes to a city, stays for a week, performs.
Yeah, he's still quite popular. All right, I mean, anyone else? Does anyone else come to mind? Have I not touched on something?
Sissy Spacek. She could have been a star.
Sissy Spacek?
She played Patsy Cline in her
No.
movie, Coal Miner's Daughter.
She played Loretta Lynn.
Oh, embarrassing.
She was friends with Patsy Cline.
Oh,
No, they're good
got
friends.
it mixed up. I thought she was so fantastic. So you.
I've not seen Coal Miner's Daughter.
Oh, you should watch it. It's good. I waited on Sissy Spacek at Farmington Country Club in Charlottesville.
And
She still is there sometimes. I
Yeah.
got in a picture with Sissy Spacek.
She actually shopped at Leggett and was in the sheets department.
Is that where you worked?
Yeah.
You worked in a department store?
No, I was buying sheets.
Oh. When your parents think of your work and deep analysis of country and YouTube success and the new connections you've made in the industry of this platform, what do they think?
I wouldn't have believed it. I wouldn't have believed it. I wouldn't believe I would have an upper level high school math teacher.
That's
since
not
I
me.
barely made
That's
it.
my sister.
Right.
Shout out to Scotty.
I just wouldn't have believed this because you hardly had any CDs. You only had what the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus brought you. Mm-hmm. And they weren't country.
They were the first edition ever of Now. Now that's what I call music. Didn't even have a number. Just Now.
Mariah Carey.
No,
that was somebody else?
No.
Oh.
I got the first Backstreet Boys album.
Weird
and I got
Al-
Eiffel 65, Blue, Dabba Dee. I got Weird
Al, Yankovic.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever the Best Buy people told me to buy. Mm-hmm. And then I would tell my friends, and you all ended up with the same CDs.
I ended up with my first country CD I remember getting was Unleashed by Toby Keith.
I wouldn't have ever imagined that this could be a business back when we were young. Of course, how did I end up in the business I ended up in? It's life takes funny turns, but I'm proud of Grady for trying this. And,
Yeah.
I like his critiques. I like his style.
Okay.
I can't believe you. I like how
Well,
Grady
we're
talks
spilling
in-
the tea right now.
Wow. Wow.
But complete
I'm cold.
sentences, you talk with beautiful complete sentences. It makes me proud because I talk in fragments. I think
trust
that
me, I
way
do
too.
I'm just good at editing. What do you all think of, what's your opinion on snaps and clap tracks in modern day country music?
Oh no.
Unsurprisingly, I tend to agree with Grady.
I never noticed them, and after Grady's video, I've never unnoticed them. I can't
Wow.
stand them.
Which phase of Reba's career affected you most emotionally and spiritually? Have you ever been?
I was trapped in a car with 2 Reba fans all the way to North Carolina, and I loved every minute of it.
Why were you
They
trapped in
knew
a car with Reba fans?
We went to to Gastonia's
They went to a
largest
quilt
fabric,
show thing or
fabric
whatever it was.
and they sang all the way there. They knew every word, and I just found it fascinating. That's my Reba, and I'm kind of a fan now because I didn't fit in. I just sat there thinking I don't believe it, but anyway, they opened my eyes up to Reba.
And I can't say that I have any knowledge of the phases, although I always thought fancy was wow.
Yeah, it's like crazy song.
Mom sets her daughter up to be a hooker? Okay.
You know I might have been born just plain white trash, but fancy was my name.
What do you think of the vinyl resurgence?
Wish I hadn't sold everything.
I know. I wish I had my 45s. My little psychedelic box of 45s.
Did you have a
Build
bunch?
Me Up Buttercup was my first. No Country was in that box.
I still want to do this challenge with you. Mom, you know, she doesn't want me to say it, but I love that she is that you collect candles.
Oh,
But I thought
It
it
was
would be
the only
a funny
feminine-
challenge to see if, like, in your collection, if I described a star to you, if you could match them to one of your scents.
Yeah, what would Dolly Parton be in your candle
like
collection?
Yeah, like if Dolly were in candle form, I feel like we should go get one.
There isn't one. I don't know. I started candles because with 3 boys, it was the one feminine thing I could do. It was the one thing I could make the house smell nice.
I love it. I think it's a great
And-
hobby. I have zero issue with it. I
That
was just
is-
saying, if Carrie Underwood is feminine but also sings dark songs about murder, would that have a scent?
Something plummy. Oh.
That's exactly what I want to do. Guys, if enough of you want that, one day I'm going to make Mom do this where we just match.
Oh,
where
I
we just
can't.
match. Where I describe country artists to her and she has to match them to candles.
Well,
We're not
I guess Luscious Parfait would be Dolly.
What is that?
Oh, it's some fall candle that smells like vanilla.
You need to
and-
invent a smell camera so we can light the
a
candle.
lot of sugar.
And have everybody.
We won't do it for now, but thanks to Mom.
It's hard to
and Dad.
remember the names. It's like remembering lipstick colors.
Run to a shelf and grab one. Yeah.
Oh, candied apple. I just saw that. That could be one of them.
Okay.
Maybe that's Reba.
Thank you guys for appearing here in the channel. Thanks for, you guys will enjoy this, and maybe sometime we'll do more things. But until then, have a great day. Have a great bone marrow
Hospital
transplant.
stay.
Yeah. And
And I'm going to light a candle.
yeah, Mom's gonna light a candle.